How to be unstoppable. Stoic wisdom for overcoming life's challenges. Part 1. The art of emotional control. Mastering your mindset. Have you ever watched a professional negotiator, a seasoned diplomat, or an experienced media personality handle a tough interview or a hostile crowd? Notice how calm and composed they are, no matter how sharp or pointed the questions are. They don't flinch. They don't react emotionally. They stay calm, collected, and even, at times, amused. They don't let external circumstances dictate their internal state. Why? Because they have mastered the art of emotional control. Emotional responses, as Stoic philosophers like Epictetus have taught us, are often reactions to things that are beyond our control. They come from the desire for outcomes that are outside of our influence. For instance, consider how often we get upset over traffic jams, long waits in line, or someone cutting us off in the street. We might feel the hot wave of anger or frustration rise within us, but that reaction does nothing to change the situation. Epictetus once asked, "What is it that you want? If you want something outside your control, why would you be upset when it's not in your hands?" The answer is simple. Because we mistakenly think that our happiness depends on external circumstances. But the Stoics tell us otherwise. The Stoics argue that true freedom lies not in controlling the world around us, but in controlling our reactions to it. This is the key to becoming unstoppable, to be unaffected by the chaos around you, to remain steady and centered regardless of the noise, the storms, and the stress. Imagine this. You're facing a challenging situation at work, or maybe you're up against a personal dilemma. Your first instinct is to react, panic, frustration, anxiety, but you pause. You take a deep breath. You remember that your emotional state is in your hands. You refuse to be the puppet of circumstances. This level of control is not easy to achieve, but it's the path that the Stoics offer to us. And with practice, it can transform the way we approach challenges. Part 2. Why emotional control is key to your success. Think about the times when you've let emotions get the best of you. Maybe you lost your temper during a confrontation, or panicked during an important decision. How did it turn out? Usually things spiraled downward, didn't they? But what if you had stayed calm? What if instead of reacting impulsively, you took a step back, breathed, and assessed the situation rationally? This is the essence of what the Stoics taught. They didn't deny that emotions exist. Instead, they understood that we can choose how to react to them, and this choice is the key to becoming unstoppable. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This doesn't just apply to others. It applies to how we treat ourselves in moments of emotional turmoil. The Stoic path is not to eliminate emotions, but to channel them in ways that serve us, rather than undermine us. Imagine a boxer who remains calm and composed in the ring, while his opponent becomes increasingly frustrated and wild. The boxer knows that emotional volatility is a weakness, not strength. In the same way, you can learn to harness your emotions and use them to your advantage. The first step is awareness. Notice when emotions arise and examine the underlying beliefs causing them. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is truly in my control? By mastering emotional control, we unlock the power to navigate even the most intense and stressful situations with grace and resilience. And that's what makes us truly unstoppable. Part 3. The role of freedom of choice. Take charge of your life. Have you ever felt trapped by your circumstances? Like the world is conspiring against you, and no matter what you do, things just keep going wrong? In these moments, we often forget one fundamental truth. We always have a choice. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, constantly emphasize the power of choice. We are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens to us, he said. And it's true. We often act as though we are prisoners of fate, helpless to shape our lives. But this couldn't be further from the truth. The Stoics believe that we are always in control of our responses, regardless of what happens externally. We cannot choose what others do, but we can choose how we respond to them. We cannot control the weather, but we can choose how we prepare for it. We cannot control the stock market, but we can control our reaction to market fluctuations. Freedom of choice doesn't mean you can control everything. It means you are free to choose how you face every challenge, how you rise above adversity. This is what the Stoics called proairesis, the freedom of the will. It's the ability to decide how we will act, regardless of the external circumstances. By recognizing this freedom, we regain our power. No situation, no person, no setback can defeat us unless we allow it. The Stoics taught us to meet each day with a sense of inner resolve, knowing that our happiness is not dependent on circumstances, but on our ability to choose our mindset and actions. Part 4. How to cultivate Stoic resilience in your life. So, how can we take all these Stoic principles and apply them to our lives? How do we become truly unstoppable, no matter what life throws at us? 1. Start with self-awareness. Pay attention to your emotions. Notice when you're getting upset, frustrated, or anxious. Rather than reacting, pause and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is it something I can control? 2. Change your perspective. Often, our stress and anxiety come from trying to control things that are beyond our reach. Reframe your thoughts by focusing only on what you can control. Remind yourself that the rest is beyond your influence and doesn't deserve your energy. 3. Practice mindfulness. Regular mindfulness practice like meditation or journaling can help you develop a stronger sense of inner peace and emotional control. It trains your mind to be present in the moment and to detach from reactive emotions. 4. Embrace challenges. The Stoics didn't shy away from difficulty, they welcomed it. Every challenge is an opportunity to practice resilience and build inner strength. By facing challenges with a Stoic mindset, you can turn obstacles into stepping stones. 5. Be patient with yourself. Remember, emotional control and resilience aren't developed overnight. Be patient with yourself as you work through setbacks. The Stoic path is a lifelong journey. Conclusion. Be unstoppable. In the end, the Stoics teach us that the greatest power lies in our ability to control our minds. The world around us may be unpredictable and chaotic, but our internal world is ours to shape. By learning to master our emotions, make thoughtful choices, and embrace the challenges life brings, we can become truly unstoppable. No matter what challenges you face, no matter how difficult life may seem, you have the power to control your reactions and shape your future. That is the ultimate freedom, and it is within your reach. So the next time you're faced with adversity, remember the Stoic wisdom. You are not the victim of your emotions. You are the master of your mind. And when you master your mind, you become unstoppable.